Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Double Bubble by rockratzero. So, happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We're going to try to harken in the new year with a doubler puzzle. So maybe that'll give us double whatever we want in the new year. Double the joy, double the success, double the puzzles. Who knows? So definitely pay attention to the rules carefully. This is a doubler puzzle, which adds to the baseline difficulty of these puzzles. And also, I think it is difficult even within that class. So we did a bunch of doublers back in November for that theme week. So maybe if you didn't do those, maybe refresh yourselves on those first. This would not be the best first doubler puzzle to do, I don't think. Although, it might be a challenge if you want to give that a try. But yeah, I'm definitely warning you ahead of time. I think this is on the more difficult side, definitely, for this series. But let's go over the rules carefully. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. The Sudoku works exactly as you'd expect. In every row, every column, and every box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. There are also 6 hidden doublers in the grid. Doublers, there's 1 per row, 1 per column, and 1 per box. So once you place one in a row, column, or box, the rest of that row, column, or box cannot have another doubler. Also, each digit is doubled exactly once. So if I have a doubled 1, I don't get any more doubled 1s. If I have a doubled 2, I don't get any more doubled 2s. There are 6 doublers and 6 digits, 1 of each. Now, what do doublers do? Well, they double the value of the cell for the purpose of our constraint, the purpose of our doubler sweepers and our Kropke dots. So let's go over how those work. So doubler sweepers, whatever value goes in there, say a 2, let's say it's a non-doubled 2. That tells us that within the 9 cells, including itself, we're going to count exactly 2 doublers. So maybe like here and here. And then the rest of these would not be doublers because we counted 2 of them. I could instead say this one wasn't a doubler, this one was, and this is a 1. This has a value of 2 because we're doubling the 1, and now we are still seeing 2 doublers within this area. This would also work. What I can't do is make this a 2 because this has a value of 4. I would need 4 doublers around here, not 2. So that's the sweepers. We also have these Kropke dots in the grid. Digits separated by a white dot. Sorry, the values separated by a white dot are consecutive. So if this was, let's say these weren't doubled and this was 2, 3, that would work because these are consecutive. But let's say this 3 ended up doubled. I didn't need to erase the 3. There we go. The 3 was doubled. That has a value of 6. This 2 doesn't work anymore. I'd have to put a 5 here, actually. So that 5 and 6 would be consecutive. So those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. I think I want to start by thinking about these sweepers, because they see a 3x3 area, right? So that's 3 rows or 3 columns. So we're never going to have more than 3 sweepers, or sorry, more than 3 count of doublers for any sweeper cell. So we can just click on every single sweeper cell and put 1, 2, 3 into them. That does give us 4, 5, 6 triple here. Okay, so the other thing that we can say is that if we're going to double a sweeper value, we're only going to double a 1. If we double the 2 or 3, that's too big. That's 4 or 6. So we can double a 1 to mean 2. We're only going to do that once. So exactly one of these, exactly 0 or 1 of these will be doubled, and the rest will not. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Let's think about the Kropke in terms of doublers. Can we ever double a 4, 5, or 6? And the answer is no. This is never going to be a doubler. Because that's going to be an even digit 8 or larger, which means that it would have to be next to an even value 8, 10, or 12, right? It would have to be next to an odd value that was bigger than or equal to 7. And we can't do that. We can't double to 7, right? Or we can't double to an odd number. And 7 doesn't exist in the puzzle. So any 4, 5, 6 on a Kropke dot is also going to be not doubler, which means the 4, 5, and 6 in the grid that are doubled are not going to be on any of our constraints. They're not in a circle and they're not on a dot. So we'll keep that in mind as well. Okay, now you probably have been staring at this, but this doubler here and this doubler here, they can only be 1, right? Because they're limited to the box. So the box only has 1 doubler in it, so it's going to have a count of 1, and it's not going to be a doubled 1. Same thing here. Not going to be a doubled 1. That's not a 1. But also, now we know that one of these is doubled, so this cannot be a doubler. In fact, it couldn't be a doubler anyway because we'd have to double the 1 and it can't be a 1 anymore, but it is in here, so these aren't doublers. Okay, let me take a step back and think now. So what are these telling us? Actually, this one here, let's look at this now. This can't be a 3 because it's in 2 boxes and 2 columns. Okay, now let's think about this. So we have this 1 and this 2, 3. So let's actually color here. This one says one of these blues is exactly one of these blues is a doubler. This 2 or 3 is telling us that let's make it orange to contrast with the blue. 2 or 3 of these oranges are doublers. Okay, and then we can also say from this one, let's make this purple, 1 or 2 of these purples is a doubler. Now, I can cover all of this with 3 rows, which means within blue, orange, and purple, I am only putting up to 3 doublers. So if we think about this one here, can this be a 3? Can we put all 3 in orange? And the answer is no. We can't put all 3 in orange because then purple wouldn't have any left to get a doubler. So this is a 2. That's huge. That makes this a 1. And it's not a doubled one because we can't see 2. We're going to see 2 in here. We're going to see 1 in here. That's all of them. So these are not doubled. Get rid of this blue here. But we know that there's a doubler in blue. So this can't be doubled. In fact, the rest of the column can't be doubled because then there wouldn't be one in blue. Okay. I don't think I need these colors anymore. So there's 1 in here. So which one of these is 3, right? It's a 1-3 pair. The 3 is not doubled, obviously. This can't be the 3 because it would need to use all 3 columns, and this column can't have a doubler. These 3 can't have a doubler. So this is a 1. We don't know if it's double or not. This is a non-doubled 3. This is a non-doubled 2, 3. So one of these is a doubler. Or 2, because it could be doubled. Okay, this 3, let's think about this. Yeah, this column, and this column need a doubler. So this column's going to get a doubler here. So that's not a doubler, and these are not doublers. This column needs a doubler, which is going to double this one. So these are not doublers. And then finally, this column needs one. It's going to be there. So these aren't doublers. Nice. We don't know the values. We know that this has a value of 4. Okay, yeah, this is 2 or 4. Okay. The crop key dot. Yeah, we're not doubling any 1s anymore. In fact, can we finish the 1s? Yeah, so this is not a 1 because we can't put a 1 in a doubler anymore. So the 1 is placed here. And then these ones look up, this one looks in. So this is a 1. Okay, it already sees 1. So these 2 cannot be doubled. So in this box, the doubler's here. So that's not a doubler, that's a doubler. Okay, we just put a doubler on a crop key dot. That's going to be even. And we know it's going to be 2 or 3, because we can't double anything higher than 2 or 3. 3 is not going to work. If that was 6, these would both be 5. So this is a doubled 2. And that has a value of 4, which is surrounded by 3, 5. Okay, that works. Probably could have also said this is even, so these 2 are odd. And that does force this to be a doubled 2 as well. This is a 4-6 pair. Okay, what do we do from here? This 3, 5, I feel like, okay, this is 3 consecutive digits. They don't involve doublers. So these are from 3, 4, 5, 6. The middle cell can't be 3 or 6. Oh, this one's done. This is a 2. So we can fill that. Any other sweepers that I've been ignoring? No, I think we're good on sweepers now. We need to avoid using the 3 and the 5 here. So if we started with 3, we'd be doing 3, 4, 5. So we can't do that. So we need, this is the 3. Yeah. So the middle here is 5, surrounded by 4, 6. This is a 5. Okay, this is even, so this is odd. The only odd left is 3, so that's 3 and 4. That's 6, that's 4. That's 6, that's 5. This is a pair, 5, 6 pair. This is a pair. This is 3, 6. This can't be 3, so that's 6, that's 3. 6 is now doubled, so that's 5 and 6. That's 4 and 6. So we need a doubled 3 and 4. Let's do more Sudoku. This is a pair. This is 3 and 5. We can get that. And this is a pair. 2 and 4. Okay, so whichever one is the 4 is doubled here. So what do we need here? We need 2, 3. Well, the 3 is placed. Okay. And 4. Okay, well, remember the 2 over here can't be doubled. So the 4 is doubled. So we just need a doubled 3. And that's going to be here. And so then this is the doubled 4. Okay, this is doubled 3, so that's going to be next to a 5. That's a 4. That's a 6, and we're done. Wow. Yeah, that definitely was a bit harder. Let's just gray that. Oh, this one too. Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, thinking about these 3 together was definitely important. Thinking about how we're gonna fulfill those areas. Yeah, and they were restricted to 3. That seemed really important. And then thinking about just in general how the doublers work with our constraints, that was also really important. So yeah, this used everything. This used the uniqueness among the doublers. This used thinking about how doublers interact with both of the constraints. Some good stuff there. I liked the use of even odd with the crop key dots. It made it a little bit easier to think about certain things. So yeah, very cool puzzle, Rockrat. I can definitely see why this was marked as a more difficult one. Let me know how you did on it. Did you need a hint from my video? That's perfectly fine. That's what they're there for. And of course, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.